Welcome everybody to the Future Space Collective, where we explore the world of products for imagination. Today, it is the Hypercube. The Hypercube is an ultra-chromatic, hyper-luminous infinity mirror art piece. They make it in both a 15-inch cube and a 10-inch cube, and they also sell it with a stand. Super, super future space. Check out these photos here. Wow, just into infinite dimensions with the effect that this thing does. Just looks super epic. All right, let's check out the video to this thing.
Introducing the Hypercube. Ultra-chromatic,
hyper-luminous art from another dimension.
Sync with your music and voice, creating an ultra-responsive personal light show. 16 million color combinations and fully customized with the Hyperspace app. 95 unique patterns, and you can easily link multiple Hypercubes together. Okay, so you can basically make a huge art installation. Let's check out some customer photos here. Wow, it really does go with a future space. Look, even the dog is mesmerized and amazed. So this is an amazing space right here, painted with light, and he's got a Hypercube on top of his subwoofer. Whoa. Damn. So this is like, wow. This is a demo of all of them playing together. I got them. They're here. Let's go. Let's go get them. Bring it to the unboxing table. All right, so here's the 10-inch box and the stands. And this is the 15-inch cube here, the big kahuna. Alrighty, let's start with the big guy. Power adapter's got that nice little logo on it. It's like a two-way mirror. And there's the camera, that's what I see. So as you can see, this is what the power cable's looking like. This is actually a button here. Let's give this thing a shot here, see how she goes. Whoa! Whoa! This is probably the trippiest thing I've ever seen. Holy bananas. Look at that. You guys seen that? Wow. This is... This is very exciting for anybody who's really into lights. Like, this is quite the piece. Oh my goodness. You just gotta see this thing in real life. Like, from every angle, the thing is just an absolute beast. And this is just on first power on. Super excited to like figure out what I'm gonna do with it, where I'm gonna put it. Oh, bud. Okay, let's open the stand for the cube. So to my knowledge, it's the same stand for both the 10-inch and the 15-inch model. Man, it is quite a pretty piece of kit. I love the impossible shapes as we saw in the video. Best part, taking off that shrink wrap, pop it in the arms, place it with the cable pointing downwards. Boom. With the stand, it's pretty awesome. Wow. This thing is freaking wild. Unbelievable. Let's check out the smaller 10-inch version. So packaged exactly like the 15-inch. Okay, here we are. This is the 10-inch. Get a side-by-side going. They kind of need to be wiped down and cleaned a little bit out of the box. With these 4 pins, you're gonna wanna be very careful to line them up, get it right the first time, lock it, screw it tight, and never touch it again. The branding here on the power adapter. It's like a 3-part plug with the power on system. And we fired up the 10-inch. It is so trippy looking inside. It's just crazy. It's crazy. It's like looking into a portal to infinite dimensions. Absolutely astounding. So that's what we're looking at side by side, the 15-inch and the 10-inch version. I'm just totally mesmerized. This is probably up there with one of my favorite things so far that I've unboxed on the channel. So the idea with this stand is you just want to seat it each corner, each edge in between the 2 prongs. Okay guys, so here we have it now. Both Hypercubes straight out of the box, plugged them in, put them on the stands. Totally blown away, totally amazed with these things so far. I've now downloaded the app. Connecting the cubes was actually a rather seamless process. Booted up the app, hit the plus button, add new hyper device, entered in my Wi-Fi credentials, and boom, totally seamless there. So you just click into them here, and right now I have this top tab clicked. So if I click that sync mode, both of the cubes will be in sync, which is great. Right off the bat, you can tell there's a ton of different features, such as different pattern modes. We have this sound reactivity mode. There's like a ton of different patterns within. Look at all these different patterns to try. I'm gonna have to go through all these modes. I think there's 96 of them, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna take off the sound react mode and just go through a few of these modes here. Hypersonic, core collapse, atomic generator, luminous scatter, and we can even change the color palette, aurora, forest, kaleidoscope 2. So for every one of the different patterns, you can also change the color palette. You can also then throw on the sound reactivity mode. So basically, turning this on affects the brightness of the cube in terms of like the sound, like how bright the LEDs will be. And this will actually affect how the patterns react, turning on that sound reactive mode. Now we're gonna run the tests with all the cubes synced up here, and we'll turn off the lights. Computer, turn off studio.
Sure, turning off the Pixie 64 now.
And if we stop the music, you can see how they kind of go dim, but they react to me talking. And of course, just some clapping. Pretty cool. This is one of the more impressive pieces that I have featured on the channel. It's got a really mesmerizing design and it's almost hypnotic to look into it. It's not like anything I've seen before in terms of accessible consumer lighting products, and it is a unique piece to have if you are into lighting or building out your space. It's gonna score a 19 out of 20 for wow factor and imagination. Moving into functionality. So I do like the fact that it does come with a physical controller that does have a physical button to switch the modes if you do not want to use the app. When I was installing the Limo power connectors, I did bend the pin initially, so be very careful. I was able to bend it back. Thankfully, no problems there. Perhaps that could be improved upon somehow, the connector types. Definitely a heads up to be careful when connecting them together. In terms of the actual software functionality and the app, I do think this app is very well built. After having played with a lot of these types of apps that connect to these devices, this one worked very well. From connecting the cubes, it was a no-brainer and it just worked first time around. It had an easy graphical user interface. I do think they could keep improving it, perhaps with preview animations or more customizability options or more integrations with other products and home automation software, things like that. As you saw, the music mode, it functions pretty well. I left everything on the default settings. It could perhaps be improved upon slightly. I did find there to be a slight lag between, when the beats would pop and the actual cubes reacting. Again, maybe this can be tweaked. Overall though, I do think it was pretty impressive and worked quite well with default settings. And I really like how the cubes all easily synced together just by simply hitting that sync button. Basically, you can pop in any cube and it would control for all of them. If you do have multiple cubes, definitely suggest running them all in sync mode. For functionality, I'm going to give it a very respectful 17 out of 20. I think it's pretty good. Okay, so moving into build quality. Overall, the cubes are very well constructed and they feel quite strong. I've also been told they can support quite a bit of weight on top of them. Okay, so I weigh roughly 185 pounds and I'm going to stand on the frame of the cube. It's pretty strong, as you can see. If you wanted to stack other items on top of the cubes, they are able to do that and could handle quite a bit of weight. They're using high quality plastic materials and it's all kind of screwed together, and it does seem like it's going to hold up sturdy and steady over time. Now, it's obviously not real glass, but the two-way mirrors are acrylic based. This actually adds a bit of durability, I'd say, and safety, as opposed to having, real glass. Of course, if we wanted to give this a perfect score, it could have come in, carbon fiber and been really crazy and expensive, but I think they've done a good job at assembling this thing in their design and choosing the materials. So overall, it's gonna score an 18 out of 20. For build quality. Okay, so moving into practicality now. That is, how easy is this to experience or integrate into your setup and actually use? And to answer that question, it is yes, they've made it very practical to be able to use this thing every day. And what I really like about the cubes is you can easily pair it with a smart outlet, a smart plug. So if you did want to add them into your, home automation for voice control, or just put them on timers, all the great stuff Google Home and Amazon Alexa can do with the use of a smart plug, a smart outlet, they will turn right on when they're provided power. And in the settings, you can even set what happens as soon as they're provided power, what modes they go into, what settings and brightness and all that good stuff. I think there would be an awesome piece to use every day and put on display. As well as the shape and design of them, they are cubes after all, so use them with the stands, use them without the stands, stack them, don't stack them, put stuff on top of them. So for all those reasons, it's going to score an 18 out of 20 for practicality. Alrighty, moving into our last category now, value for money. So this piece is definitely quite impressive and quite unique, but of course that does come at the cost of around a few Galaxy projectors. But if you do like this, the price is not completely out of reach given its incredible aesthetic. And in my mind, it is justified to own if you are building out a unique space. As always, you can check the current pricing and any deals we offer by clicking the link in the description below. So for value for money, it's gonna get a score of 14 out of 20. And if you are excited by this product but feel the price is a tad over your budget, I've got good news because they are making a 6-inch version of this cube, which will be at a lower price point. Which brings our Hypercubes to a final total score of 86 out of 100. That gets the thumbs up from me. It is a very exciting product. You could see the enthusiasm in myself when I did unbox this thing. This is the Future Space Collective, where we explore the world of products for imagination. If you like the concept idea, I urge you to subscribe, hit the like button, hit that notification bell so you make sure you get the new video releases. This is a young channel and I'm trying to grow it, the concept and idea, so all the engagement and support helps. If you are looking for a fun product just like the Hypercubes, I urge you to check out the retro pixel art displays that I've done a video on, should be popping up somewhere here. Click that. That's also a really cool one. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hypercubes.